This is Russ. Yeah, back out on the road again. Yeah, what am I on today? Yeah, this is the Magicycle Deer 26-inch step over version. Yep, taking this bike out again. Yeah, no more squeaking out of the rear end of it. Yeah, it turned out it wasn't the spring. We mentioned that before. Yeah, it wasn't the spring, it just needed a little lubrication on the pivot point. Yeah, now if you hear any type of squeaking, that would be the brakes. Yeah, rear brake seems to squeal a little bit, so I need to do something to kind of stop that. But it could be just brake pads, or clean the brake pads, clean the rotor or something. But yeah, it has a slight squeal on the rear brake. So yeah, little by little, I've been having to do little maintenance things on my bikes, and I guess that's to be expected after a certain amount of time. You know, if bikes are hanging around. Oh, and by the way, that popping sound, something we hear it making noise in the back end. It turns out that's the fenders. It's the plastic fenders. So even though the plastic fenders are locked down in place, when we hit a big enough bump, apparently it vibrates it enough that it starts making some noise. So yeah, if it's not one thing, it's something else, right? It has nothing to do with the rideability or mechanically anything else about the mechanics of the bike's ability to ride. I had something go into my eye there. Yeah, I think the addition of the suspension, and it's a big heavy bike, and then like it kind of bounces it a little bit, and then you hear that little slapping noise of the fender, you know. So I could deal with that. That's better than the squeaking noise originally that we heard. So someone asked me recently, between a couple different models of bikes, you know, which of these would I prefer? Yeah, I think they were comparing the Magicycle, what was it? The Magicycle Deer 20 to, was it the yeah, which one were they comparing it against? I think they were comparing it against the U-Free, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you know, they're two totally different types of bikes, you know. Oh no, it was the Ocelot Pro 2.0 versus the U-Free. I think that's what they were comparing it against, yeah. So I answered them, but I'll tell you guys too. First off, they're two totally different bikes, okay? The one's a 20-inch bike. The U-Free has a lot larger tires. I don't remember what it is. Is it 27? I don't know. It's 28? I have no idea. I can't remember. But it's a lot larger bike, and they're designed for two different purposes. Ocelot Pro 2.0 is definitely designed. You can do off-road easily with that thing. You know, it's got a 4-inch fat tire. It's got torque sensor and a cadence sensor as well. Let's take a ride over here. And whereas the U-Free bike is a commuter style bike, but it's also kind of a hybrid. So it's not like it can't go off-road. It's just that, you know, small things, but not major off-road type things. Because it's got a little bit wider tire than a typical commuter bike, but it's not as wide as something like a 4-inch fat tire bike. So I just said, you know, if you're looking for a different type of ride, you know, between the two bikes, they are definitely different feeling. They don't feel the same. Now the thing is between those two bikes, they both have the ability to switch from torque sensor to cadence sensor, and so in that sense, they have kind of a similar type of thing. The Ocelot Pro allows you to switch on the fly. I mean, it's just a button. You push the center I button, hold it, it'll switch it between the two sensor styles. Whereas the other one, you have to go into the menu to do it. It's not a big deal, but it's not something that you can do like, hey, I'm riding, let me switch it now. You can't really do that. It wouldn't be safe. So I would stop the bike and then do it, and then continue on your way. So does that eat a lot of time? Not really. How much time could that take? An extra half a minute? I mean, if you were on a race, that might be another story, but we're not. We're just out bike riding, right? So in that regards, I would say the magicycle has it beat a little bit there, but I don't really care. It's really kind of, as long as both of them have that function, that's really the main thing. Let's stop here for a second here. Make sure there's no cars coming through. I don't want to be picked off by a car. The car behind me, he wants to get through too, but you know what? He's going to have to wait because I'm not going to risk myself because he wants to move forward. But we've got lots of cars coming through, cannot afford to go. We can now. So anyway, that's the thing, all right? Different styles, different feeling of the bikes. So here we are again on the 40-mile-per-hour road. We're going to take the magicycle and move it really quick here. Cars will still try to pass you up. I mean, they're doing 40. I'm doing, what am I doing? 28.7. And they still want to beat you out. So they can move over. You know, I kind of take the lane, but not quite. I'm usually about a third of the way into the lane. This way they can't really pass me and stay in their lane. If they want to pass me, they have to move to another lane. If they don't like it, too bad. That's why I suggest you do too, is kind of force them to move if they want to do it. And they got plenty of space to do it. They got plenty of space to be able to move if they want. Now the whole thing with the magicycle cruiser and actually not cruiser, the Deer 26, it has a cruise control. I'm thinking cruise control, I'm saying cruiser. It's got cruise control on there, so you don't have to keep your thumb on the throttle. It'll keep it at the speed that you want it to be at. Now I'm looking at the side view mirror and I'm seeing there is a car behind me. I'm sure he would like to go faster, but he has to wait until the cars on the left lane move before he can do it. It's okay. We have the right to be on the road just like they do. All right. Where should we head? I've not really ridden on this road in a while, going too far forward. I usually end up turning here. Yeah, let's go forward a little bit. A car behind us, of course, is not going to be thrilled that I'm kind of eating the lane up. But hey, they need to learn to live with bike riders as well. I know a lot of you guys would probably be a little nervous being on the road. You got cars all over the place. But hey, we gotta learn, they gotta learn. But this is why sometimes you want a bike that can go a little bit faster. Yeah, I mean you're not going as fast as they would like you to go, but at least you're not crawling at like 12 miles an hour either. So the car behind me, I'm just kind of watching her. I know it's a woman driver back there because I saw her in the mirror. She's staying along with me. She's making her move. The thing is, she has to wait. She has no option because there's no other cars that's letting her in. So she has to wait until they are allowing her to go to the left lane. That she passed me. Now she's in front of me now. Maybe what we should do, yeah, let's do this. Let's go check the mailbox. Let's go check the mailbox. I know there's nothing in there. I'm not expecting anything, but at least we'll make our presence known. That at least they know that, hey, the guy at least came in and checked it. Nobody has my address, really. Only 2 companies have my address, so there should be absolutely 0 in that mailbox. the whole point of the mailbox, PO box or UPS box, whatever you want to call it, was so that products like this smartwatch and the other item that I have could be delivered there and not have to go to my home. So unless I give out the address, nobody has the address. And that's the way it will stay. It's for business purposes, and for small items. Otherwise it ties you up. You're going to have to be at home to accept the items. This way they could be delivered there, and then I could just go and get it. And I'll know usually when I should go there, based on the tracking things that they send you. Say, hey, we shipped you an item. You can track it here. Usually it will tell you, when to expect it. But we'll make our presence known. I have the cheapy chain with me on the bike, so I figured, hey, okay, we'll just lock it up a little bit, walk in real quickly, check it, come back out. Now I do have the alarm system on here, but I didn't bring the remote control alarm thing, so I can't turn on the alarm. I wasn't expecting to go there, but at this point, since we're in the general area, go ahead. Since we're in the general area, we might as well do it. Might as well do it. Okay. Now, I could go up on a sidewalk, but it is a little bit of distance here. I don't want to run people over. So we'll do it over here. Let's see, let's get off the bike first. I typically lean the bike a little bit to the side so I can swing my leg around it. So we'll just do this. Park it right there. Get the keys out. Turn off the bike first. Half the time I can't remember what keys do what. Do I even have the keys here? I do. I have it on the bike. So we'll have to take that off. Which key is it? I think it's this. Put the key in the lock. Take the lock off. And we'll throw it around the first thing here that we see. Put it in here, and that way nobody can steal the bike easily. They'd have to lift the bike to steal it. I'll keep all the keys together here. Let's go and check it out. How you doing?
There's that real good deli right on the corner.
Okay, nothing there. It's okay because we knew there was nothing there. I just wanted to make my presence known. And the guy who works there gave me the head nod as they were talking to this other guy, just to let them know that we at least check it. That I checked it, I was showed up, I made a presence known. All right. Now, people have asked me before, why do you keep the keys on the bike? Well, that way I don't lose the key. There's too many bikes, and there's no way for me to remember which key goes to where. So I keep the key on the actual bike itself, and then when I need it, I take it off like I did and bring it in. Otherwise, it stays there. Now, people will say that you could lose your key that way. Yeah, not really. You'd have to really make some effort to lose it. I mean, it is locked up on there. So Move over here. The guy's trying to turn into that spot. Okay, let's move forward, get on here. I think I will take the same way I came in. There's a stoplight there. A little safer than going onto the street and cutting across. Well, maybe we can make the light. Let's see if we can make the light here. Just making it. It just turned yellow as we were heading towards it. But we can move fast enough, we can do it. We can do it. Alrighty, well, we did our good deed for today. Checked the mailbox that we absolutely knew that there would be no mail at. Where should we head now? I'll just kind of show you guys this general area. We've gone through here before. Well, I don't really want to go to the forest preserve. Let's just kind of go forward here. Go forward here. Check out the area. Yeah, there's, these strip malls are always popular for certain types of businesses, right? And then you got, food stores and everything. Now let's go this way. Now there is another way we can go. Let's head back where we came. Let's head back the way we came. There's another way to get up somewhere. Yeah, so what do we have at this strip mall? Hobby Lobby, Petco, Kids Empire. What is that? Kids clothing store? I don't know. Dollar Tree, Five Below, Target, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Ross Dress for Less, Butera. Yeah, quite a bit of things. Just reading the signs on the businesses. That's all the stuff to the right. To the left, I don't know what these, there's some empty businesses here. There's a Chipotle over there. Okay, people don't know if they should go or not. Let them go. We have to keep moving. If we don't keep moving, then we stop. If we stop, we have to hop off. I can't balance it when it's dead still. So we move forward a little bit. There's a Home Depot over there. Let's cut across here. A shortcut around here. Yeah, that is that's the rear fender bouncing around. I don't know what I could do to make that thing from bouncing. I have no idea. It's like the suspension is so much that as it bounces up and down, it makes the fender bounce as well. So that's what you hear. I could take the fender off. I mean, they sell this bike actually with or without fenders. Without fenders, I think a little cheaper. I don't know, was it like $50 cheaper or something like that? But I like the fenders. You know, if it got water on the pavement, keeps from splashing you. You know, I've had it where the other bike, what is it, the Himiway D7, has no fenders on it. And so when I ride that bike, I went through a little bit of, let's see, I think it was during the first time we actually took it out for the review. I looked at the back of my shirt. Yeah, it was a little dirty because we went through the trail, right? We weren't on paved paths. We were actually on a trail, and that was enough to kind of splatter up a little bit, and it made the back of my back and my butt area a little dirty because it's splattering up. So having the fenders do help. But I know like a lot of mountain bikers don't have fenders because, you know, they go into areas that are like major mud. They don't want that mud caking up on the fenders. So they'd rather get splashed than have the mud cake up on the fenders, and then they have a problem then at that point. So yeah, there's different philosophies, you know, on the ride, but as you know, most of the time I'm on the street for the most part. Sometimes I'm on a bike path, right? So to me, I think having the fenders is a little bit better for me on the long run. I prefer it. I will have to figure something out though, because it's like a slap. All right, this person comes way forward. I think if she didn't see me, she would have passed through that stop sign, not even stopped. So we're not the only ones that kind of go through stop signs. Cars do it all the time too, so you got to be careful of those guys. But I do look both ways all the time. I always make sure there's no one heading towards me. You got to keep yourself safe. You know, don't rely on the driver's ability to do it, because sometimes they won't. You got to make sure that you keep yourself safe. All right, where else are we gonna head today? Oh, what time is it? 12:44, it's lunch hour. Lunchtime, are we getting hungry? Not really. I went out earlier today. Went out to Costco already. Yeah, I had my typical hot dog and pizza. I have way too many of those, really. But I haven't gained any weight from it. It doesn't seem to really spike my blood sugar as much, if at all. I mean, it does have carbs, but I don't have anything else that have carbs for the rest of the day. It's just that pizza, a little bit of the bottom part of the bread from the hot dog bun. I throw out the top part of the hot dog bun. Mrs. Wright says, why don't you just eat the top part instead of the bottom? The top's better than the bottom. I says, it's because the top has more bread. She goes, it's just fluffy. I go, how do you know it's just fluffy? I just kind of figure it's got more bread. So at least I throw that out. So the only carb really would be half of a hot dog bun and a pizza. But every time I've checked it, it hasn't been so bad that I can't do it. And a lot of times when I do both of them at the same time, sometimes that's the only thing I'll eat. I will barely have anything for dinner. And that hot dog and that pizza usually is kind of like brunch for me, because I won't usually have breakfast either. So a lot of times that is just the one thing that I eat, and then I'll maybe have a very, very small salad or something like that for dinner. So you might be wondering, well, how's the weight loss going? We haven't talked about that in a while. Yeah, I'm at 37 pounds down now. So I was at 35 pounds down for a long time. Wasn't getting anywhere. That's because I've been eating odds and ends and things that probably have a little more calories than I should allow. And But no, I'm 37 pounds down now, so I lost down 2 more pounds. I've been hesitant in telling you guys because, again, it kind of goes up and down. I mean, one day it'll be 37 pounds down, I'll be back at 35 pounds down, and back up to 37 pounds down. So I figure, why tell you? It kind of goes up and down, but we'll just call it 37 pounds down now at this point. So I am currently at, what would that make it? 231? It's not that bad, right? I mean, it was like 268 before we started this whole mess with the diabetes. Now, Mrs. Wright is quick to note, well, you might be 37 pounds down, but the first 10 pounds was due to the diabetes. That's true. So really, you only lost 27 pounds. I go, well, yes and no. I mean, we knew we were at 268. So, yeah, I count it as 37. It was helped by the diabetes. Now, the thing is, people look at me and they say, well, if you got diabetes, you're taking that Ozempic. That's why you're losing all the weight. That's not true. I'm taking metformin, which was cut in half. I only have 500 milligrams of metformin now instead of 1,000. And that doesn't lose you any weight. No. Ozempic does, you know. That is a weight loss / diabetes thing, but metformin is not. So all the weight loss is from my own efforts. But people have said we can definitely see that you've lost weight. That's true. You could. Yeah, 37 pounds. You can kind of notice it. And I don't huff and puff when I'm pedaling either. I don't. Where am I going? I'm still debating where I'm going. Let's just go forward. I mean, if I go far enough, I'm going to end up at the Chinese restaurant, at the Chinese carryout. Look at this guy. He made a quick decision not to go into the left turn lane. Now he's going back into the left turn lane. Gee whiz, what is that guy doing? I don't understand that one. All right, we're gonna go forward. Bounce around a little bit. Speed limit 35. We're doing probably around 28. Yeah, well, it's a little different. I don't think I've taken you guys down here that often. We've done it before, but we don't do it that often. Where shall we go? Industrial Avenue. Well, let's take a right. Let's take a right. Let's see what this does. Bike route. 30 miles an hour. Bike route. City of Rolling Meadows. I don't know whether this road is City of Rolling Meadows, but if you head over across, I think it's City of Rolling Meadows. You know, the thing is, in certain directions, if you're moving quickly, the wind blowing up against your ears, you can't hear what you're saying. It's okay. Hicks Road. Hicks Road. We could take Hicks Road, but there's other ways we can go too. We'll go forward. The thing is, if I keep going down this road, eventually we're heading in a direction towards Harper College again. Yeah, we'll go forward. Why not? See where that heads. I tell you, having your water bottle on your front basket makes it a lot easier to get to. Doesn't get in your way. It's not between your legs, you know, or anything like that. Just grab forward and you've got a water bottle. Okay, we should be up. They have a left turner, so we gotta wait our turn. We'll wait our turn. Let's go. Barbecue patio. Gyros, charburgers. Gyros. Yeah, if you watch Seinfeld, they call it gyros. No, it's euros. Almost more like a Y. Gyros. Okay, some people are putting up a new roof up there. You know, I've always wondered how those guys stay up on a tilted roof without falling off. Amazing. I would never do it. I could never do it. Yep, gotta hand it to those guys. They're able to do work like that. I can't do it. I don't like heights. Plum Grove Road. Okay, let's take Plum Grove Road. Let's take Plum Grove Road. This is a pretty fast road too. So we do have to be a little careful here. We'll make sure all the cars that can hit me go first. Let's go after this. Actually, I was on this road coming back from Costco, Schaumburg Costco, after fishing that one time. Yeah, I had the free deer with me, free deer Eden. Yeah, free deer Eden, we have a second battery for that now. So if I need it, I got it. I can take it and go farther. I was debating with that bike how to deal with it because if I put that second battery on the rear rack, it eats up the space where I put the fishing tackle. So I still got to resolve that, figure out what's the best way to do it. I could put it inside the toolbox, but the toolbox would hang out further to one side than the other because the other side of the rack has the fishing rods next to it, and that has to be flush against the rear rack. So I'll figure out something. I got to figure out the best way to deal with that. So we're doing about 24.5 miles an hour, according to my speedometer here. Thing is, sometimes you do want to conserve your battery a little bit. You don't want to be full blast all the way because that's just eats your battery up like crazy. I got about 55% battery still left after all the riding that we did so far. So plenty of battery to get around, to get home. The Deere 26 has a 20 amp hour battery in there, 52 volt 20 amp hour battery. You know, for this bike I have several batteries too. The question is, do you want to carry several heavy batteries with you? These 20 amp hour batteries are pretty heavy. So even though I have like the toolbox, do you really want to carry multiple of that? Carrying one in the toolbox is one thing, carrying two is another story. But I could if I had to. So just like in the past, I have my foot up on the curb. That way I can stay seated, but I still get good extension when I need it because the saddle is fairly high up. This is downtown Palatine area. It's not much of a downtown, really. But you know, a lot of these small villages don't have really big downtowns. They really don't. I don't know what makes it a downtown either. Just look like regular houses out here. Older houses, because they've been around for a while. First United Methodist Church. All right, everyone's stopping at the stop sign. Well, we're gonna move forward. There's a lot of space in between. Emmanuel Lutheran Church and School to our left. I think eventually we're going to have to take a left, so I'm going to move to the left lane here and maybe get into the left turn lane, see where that takes us. I got my arm out, people know that I'm turning left there. So let him go, and then we will make our turn. Well, these are areas we don't go in that often. But as you look around, you can see that the neighborhood's a little bit over. You know, it's not too far from the post office area that we usually go to. In fact, I think if we went straight, we'd probably run into the post office. What road is this? Smith. Okay. We will take a right here. We're just cutting in and out of places. Yeah. So this is the general area we usually go on when we're heading towards the post office. Heading back from the post office, typically be down here. All right, anyways, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, taking the magicycle Deer 26 out. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.